Okay, motorists are still finding it difficult to get their tanks filled as the fuel scarcity worsens across major cities in Nigeria.
Now, this situation led to traffic jam across major roads in the state. This development followed the threat by the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, to stop sales of products, accusing the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation of undersupplying its members with petrol.
Now, but the NNPC insists that the corporation was importing about 100% of petroleum products, adding that there is sufficient supply across board. Now, motorists bet their minds on what they termed an ugly development at this time.
For 2 hours now, they can't even sell fuel. They say they are not selling for keg. So what happened now is that they are only selling for cars, which is not supposed to happen. They are not selling for car. They are not selling for keg. They are selling for cars. Why?
They were selling at the normal price. People are queuing. Some people are coming in from the other end to buy. So at some point, people were coming in large numbers. So they decided to stop. But initially, in the early hours of the morning, they were selling at the normal price, but they will tell you you have to drop 100 naira no matter the quantity of or amount of fuel you bought. So some people disagree with that, and which brings some problems, but later resolved by their manager.
I've been here over two and a half hours to buy fuel. Even I did not even eat anything since morning because I want to get a fuel to my car. They did not even sell anything there. Queuing everywhere. That is the reason why I came here, and I've been here over 2.5 hours. I've not even entered filling station, talk less of buy fuel. Which means I don't even know. Maybe you can help us to tell our elder. They should just consider us.
When you hear Nigerians expressing themselves, from the deep down of the bottom of their heart, expressing their dissatisfaction and all of that,
it is really troubling that we're back here again talking about fuel scarcity.
Exactly.
Something that really should not be happening. Yeah. Well, TVC News correspondent Tolulokwe Gunjobe is in the studio with us to discuss this. Tolulokwe, good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
It's been a while we've seen you on the show.
Indeed. Fuel scarcity is here again.
And you're back. So anytime we see you,
there's fuel scarcity.
or power supply issues.
Oh my. So, well, latest news is that filling stations are actually selling. But really, what is at the core of this new, phase of fuel scarcity?
Resurface scarcity.
Indeed. One fact we need to let Nigerians need to understand this fact that if there is a supply dislocation one way or the other, that's when we face issues like this. There's actually NNPC sole importer of petroleum products at this time, following issues around subsidy and before now. But now that NNPC is bringing in these products, I think there have been lots of hiccups now. But one is
what are the issues?
The bad roads in Apapa. They are working on that road. It's been private investors are now fixing that road, but there's not really an alternative route for trucks to maneuver to get to the tank farms. Most of these tank farms are located in Apapa. We all know this. And the Apapa port too is the same access. So the pressure on that road, despite the fact that it's being worked on, you cannot even, you won't want to go there. Yesterday, I was with the DPR team and we couldn't go via road.
So how are you able to?
To make you know how serious it is. No road, it's so tight to get into Apapa. Then the threat by Ipman too that they were going to stop buying, they were going to stop selling because they were not getting. Because
that's the independent petroleum marketers.
They have more than 900 filling stations, Lagos, Ogun axis. You can't joke with them because if they don't have products, definitely there's going to be problems. You can't joke with independent marketers. They may just can't satisfy everybody. You have this independent marketers and nooks and crannies of the states, even outside. And what is their problem? They are still on claim subsidies of 2016 as we speak. So marketers are not ready to put their money into importing petroleum products. They expect that government should do it. Maybe when they sort out the claims, they can go back to importing again.
But are they on the process of sorting out that claim?
Yeah.
Well, we've not heard anything from the Minister of Finance.
Because maybe Nigerians will wake up one day, just like ASU will wake up and say the agreement of 2009, we might have this.
Indeed. I don't think we should always let it get to this point before government acts. Because definitely there is a shortfall with supply.
Okay.
Yes. We visited 5 depots yesterday. And on a normal day in Apapa, I know we have more than 40 depots in that location. But as at yesterday, I knew most depots, many of the depots we passed along the line, they're still expecting vessels to come in. So they don't have products. But the few that have, they have to in large quantity, 30 million, 16 million, 13 million. The lowest had about 2.7 million. But one thing is, most of these depots that even have these products, they don't even own them.
Okay.
They are just using their facilities to house this product.
So who own the...
NNPC has their own PPMC, that's Petroleum Products Pricing and Monitoring Regulatory Agency. They have their own products. Then some have for like companies like one NIPCO we visited, Nigerian Independent Petroleum Company, where we visited. They have for Total, they have for MRS. So everybody has the right to own products. Yes, Atio too. They have products. So Atio had like more than 30 million yesterday. But it's not all in their control. But the DPR has now told them that we're going to break all of this. Improve supply to Lagos, because when Lagos is calm, when everywhere is calm,
every other place,
increase instead of the ones that because they call it bridges, those trucks bridge the gap, the north and all of that. Let's look at it. It's not economically viable for a truck to come in from Maiduguri 3-4 days and drive to Lagos,
and then stay on a queue
more than a week and get into the tank farm, loads, and spend like 3 days to get out of the tank farm. It is not economic. Our roads,
it's not sustainable.
Our budget, we want to fix our roads. I remember that it's been an issue. Can we really sustain moving petroleum products?
So when the federal government, the Federal Executive Council gives the matching orders to the Minister of State for Petroleum, Ibe Kachuku, and Mekanti Baru, who had to run back to Nigeria from London, where he was actually going to be awarded oil and gas man of the year award. I mean, how contradictory is that? Now, if they're giving this matching orders and the roads are the way they are, and fixing the roads are a long-term, well, maybe medium to long-term, issue. In the interim, what is the solution? Yeah, that is the short-term solution, looking at short-term solution. The short-term solution is what DPR has started now and other agencies of associated or affiliated to with the NNPC. That's what they've started now. There's going to be massive loading, 24-hour loading. The tanker drivers will have to work overtime. Depot owners too will have to work. But don't forget, they still have to work with what they have. Exactly. A lot of vessels are still being expected. Sincerely, one-on-one with some of the marketers, they told me yesterday that they're expecting some before the end of the week, but they're looking at it because they're going to do this, they call it SFS or something, ship-to-ship transfer. Okay. Because some of these vessels can't even get to Nigeria. So there are some processes. Mother vessels also. So indeed, NNPC they need to admit that there's a shortage. One way or the other. But NNPC keeps telling us they have enough. They have what can take us 3 to 7 days. For now, what we have, maybe 3 to 7 days.
Are we seeing the possibility that this scarcity, as the case may be, would linger for the next few days or even 1 week?
I know that they won't want it to get that bad.
Because this matching order seem to ameliorate the feeling of Nigerians, but how practical is it? To actually sort it out. To ensure that exactly.
Well, it all has to do with bringing in the refined products. And there are lots of ways they go about getting these deals. They even there was a time when it was really bad that they said there's a way they meet up and buy maybe a vessel, get a vessel that is not supposed to come to Nigeria. There are ways they could go about getting it to come like an emergency, pay for it.
Yeah, black market sellers on the high sea.
They're already.
They just get the deal done.
Okay, so
they
now
get it here and they drop.
Now that we're back to the issue of fuel scarcity, the question then arises: what's happening to our refineries? Well, the 4 refineries that we have and the Dangote refinery that we have should be...
Well, that is where everybody is looking at now. Everybody is now waiting for the Dangote refinery, which when it comes on stream, we might even ignore our 4 refineries that have been on ground. We've had issues with turnaround maintenance, and everybody has said that, everybody has agreed that if this administration, maybe those regulating the oil and gas sector are giving any sort of funds again to go for the turnaround maintenance, it could be business as usual. We need public-private partnership to actually develop these refineries. We need private investors to come in. They will do this business well. We have crude here. We don't need to, even the advantages, the extra, we're not adding value to it. There's some products that we could still get even after refining.
Yeah, other byproducts, yes.
And we are not taking advantage of all of that. So if we don't really look critically, and that's where PIB comes in, because the Petroleum Industrial Bill will actually liberalize and indigenize this sector. But you know what we've been going through with regards to the PIB, you know, it's been, we now have the PIGB, the governance aspect, we still have the host community issues, we have the oil and gas.
But the point there is, the question Nigerians are asking is, with the Dangote refinery coming upstream by 2019 or so, and all of that, would it put an end to fuel issues in Nigeria?
The capacity, yes, indeed, it's large. It's large.
About 600.
Yes, I think I don't have the figures offhand, but I know it's more than what we need.
Okay.
It's no more than what we consume or what we use. You know.
All right. While we wait for Dangote, please, government, fix whatever needs to be fixed. Now we have to wrap, unfortunately.
It's all right. We have to leave you here right now. Tolu, thank you very much. Certainly, we look forward to how things will play out.
We're hopeful. I know there will be a fast approach to address it, but we need long-term solutions to move ahead.
All right. Tolu Gunjobi, thank you so much for coming on the program. Thank you for having me. Right.
We'll take a quick breather, and when we come back, there's more to talk about on the show. Stay with us.